So this is a table for an exponential function. The function h is defined by the following rule. H of x is equal to 5 raised to the variable x. Find h of x for each of the x values in the table. So all we have to do here is plug in plug in x into the function and get out the corresponding y value. H of x, remember in function notation, h of x or f of x or however we're going to describe the function notation, h of x is just equal to y. So we could really just replace this with our y value. So when x is equal to -2, what is the y value? The way we would say that is, what is h of 2? Or excuse me, -2. What is h of -2? When x equals -2, what is the y value? H of -2 is equal to 5. And then we plug in -2 where we would see the variable x. And we get 5 raised to the -2. Negative exponents are expressed as fractions, so it would be 1 over 5 squared, which is equal to 1/25. Now the important thing to understand here is this creates a coordinate pair. The x value, being -2, has a corresponding y value of 1/25, and you could plot this point on the Cartesian coordinate plane, starting at the origin, moving back -2, and then going up 1/25. And it looks like I came off the screen, so it would be, I'll write it here, -2 1/25. Go starting from the origin. If we had a graph, look like this. Starting from the graph, we would go back to 1, 2, and then we could go up 1/25, which was just really, really close to the line there, getting closer and closer to 0, because this is going to represent an exponential function. So let's go ahead and continue on here. H of -1 means that when x is equal to -1, what is the y value? We replace the x variable with -1. 5 to the -1 is equal to 1 over 5 to the 1, which equals 1/5. And then we would have the coordinate, -1 is our x value, and 1/5 is our y value. And we could plot that, -1, 1/5, also very close. Couldn't even see it on this graph really. Really close to the x-axis there. Moving on, h of 0, when x equals 0, what is our y value? Replace all my x variables with the numerical value of 0. 5 raised to the 0 power, anything to the 0 power is 1, 5 to the 0 is 1. So we would have the coordinate when x is 0, y is 1. And that represents our y-intercept, where it will cross, 0, 1. It will cross right here. And then h of 1, when x is equal to 1, what is our y value? Plug in 1 for our x variable. 5 to the 1 is just 5. So we would have the coordinate 1, 5. When x is 1, y is equal to 5. So that would be 1 over 1 up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you see how it starts to jump because it increases exponentially. And h of 2 then is going to be 5 squared, replacing all of my x values with the value 2. When x is 2, y is going to be equal to 25. So you'd have the point 2, 25. So you go over 1, 2, and up 25, and that would run off the screen, and it would have the basic look of something like this, where you start as close to 0 as possible. You never actually hit the x-axis, and then it represents exponential growth.